we're here at the Make Music booth at the Midwest Clinic. We're here with Adrian Sims. So you have a composition degree, you're working on your education degree. What was kind of your path? Did you always want to do both teaching and composing, or?
Right. They've always been both of them been part of what I want to do. High school started out, I had wonderful music educators in high school, in middle school, that guided me along the way to wanting to do this. Wonderful composition teachers as well, and people that guide me there. I started writing really within that middle school sort of area.
Oh,
and
wow.
Writing stuff that was very much this type, like the things we were playing. So writing that type of stuff and using the vocabulary that I knew, and as I got older and my musical vocabulary grew and the things that I could play became more challenging, I started to grow, my writing grew with that.
Very cool. So you've been composing now for years then?
Yeah. Middle school was about when I started it, and started to get ramped that up in high school, and then decided that, college, I really wanted to do that.
That's very cool. And so now you have some pieces in the Make Music Publications series. What was that process like, getting involved?
Right, getting involved. Well, so Brian Balmage is the director of that publication. So we've been working together for a while, and it's just like normal working with him. He'll send me, I'll send him stuff, and it's never like you need to do this, you need to do that. It's always it's a collaborative process of he'll let me know what his thoughts are on it, and may send him a new version, or he may say this is great right away. And it's always really, whatever happens, us working together, it always makes the piece better, and I'm grateful for his input. I work with Chris Bernitas as well, and Chris's input is fantastic as well.
Great. So what is your composition process like? Are you kind of like, you find a melody that kind of sticks in your ear and develop from there, or do you kind of start from more of a thematic idea of like an emotion or a scene or something like that? Right. What's it like for you?
Right, it's always different. That's what I've had to get in. That's what I've had to get past. There's never a formula for a way to do it. You like to think that I can just get this template set and there's my formula for the piece. It's never like that. It's always, if you read my program notes, you'll find like half the time it's always like, oh, I was out for a walk and discovered this. Like, it's always something like that. Or I was on my way to work or something, and this idea popped in my head, and I had to find a way to remember that idea so that when I got home I could fully develop it. Right. Sometimes it might start with melody, sometimes it might start with a small cell of an idea. It might start with two notes. It might start with two notes that evolve. It might start with me sitting down at the piano and improvising, or me at the trombone. Right. So in fact, all the diversity in the ways that I come up with things, it translates to the diversity in the type of music that I'm able to write, and the styles that come out of that. So the fact that the creation of it is always different, to me, actually brings me to believe that that's why there is more diversity in the stuff that I create.
Great. Do you have a favorite style or ensemble that you like writing for?
Well, particularly a lot of the stuff that I do here at Make Music is concert band, right? So I've had a lot of time writing for that. In all honesty, I love writing chamber music just as much as I love writing for the full ensemble. And one of the ways that I think I've developed most in my ensemble writing is actually through chamber music. Okay. Taking things, breaking them into smaller pieces has been really helpful. Like when you write for two instruments, like it's so exposed. And you're only writing, there's only two things being heard at that time. There's nothing to hide behind. And not that you want to hide behind things in larger ensemble. Yeah. But it really exposes the compositional material that in a larger ensemble piece. Maybe you're thinking about texture, like no, composition, right? So chamber music has really helped me, and it's come right back into the large ensemble stuff in terms of me developing my musical ideas. So I love writing for all settings. So
awesome. Now I am curious. Do you ever get writer's block like an author might, and how do you get over that?
Right. Definitely, it happens. The best way for me to get over it is usually to just leave. Like, if it's not going well, just let me put this away for an hour, or put this away for a week. Or maybe I chose the wrong time to develop the idea. There's there's really like a peak point at which you can develop your musical idea. Sometimes the best time to develop it is right when you get the idea. Sometimes the best time to develop the idea is after you've thought about it for a little bit and created an actual melody. So it really, it's tricky to gauge the best time to develop the musical idea that you're coming up with, but I try to find I try to figure out what that is, and sometimes it's challenging, but it depends on the subject matter of the piece, it depends on what it's for, it depends on when it's due, if it's a commission. So I try to balance all those things.
Great, yeah, it's a fascinating way to look at it. One last question for you. Would you have any advice for a young composer or a young musician hoping to break into the composition world?
Right, a lot of people have said this, but the first thing I would say is start writing stuff and start hearing it played. Like no matter whether you think what you think of the first things you're writing, you learn the most when you've heard it played. Like I'll hear my stuff played, and I'll be like, oh, well, maybe I would do this differently or that differently, and the next time, and then next time I'm going into the music notation software and start writing stuff down. Then I can rely on those prior experiences of having already heard something in a real ensemble. I can use those experiences to influence how I write going forward. So really we learn on the job. We learn by getting our stuff played, and also realizing that composition, it's not just about your writing. It's also about you as a person. It's also about you as a business person, being able to figure out, well, what is it that I love that's also going to resonate with people, and that's definitely that's also a me thing, but like I want to find what's the best thing that I can share with others. What can I really bring to the table? Not just
find your unique voice and
find your unique voice that resonates with other people.
Awesome, great. Well, thanks so much for chatting with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.